I, Chief Dr. Engineer Victor Dean Ifezwe, Akochi Enwatani Jemen. Also, Koimeta Nanobe, Roboga Santarama, midwife the birth of a child somewhere in Akure, long time ago. And at birth, we called him a doctor. Njakere. Damages. He will damage and he will repair you. Gentlemen and ladies, welcome, Dr. Damages.
Welcome to the show. My name is Dr. Damages. We're coming to you from the greatest city in the world,
New York City.
Yeah. New York City is so great.
It's great.
That 1 in every 3 people you meet in the city was born abroad.
Wow.
1 in every 3. There is no other city like that in the United States.
Immigration city.
Yep. You know that if America had allowed New York City to represent America at the World Cup, the qualifying games, that the United States would have been in Russia for the World Cup. We would have been there. We would have been there.
Russia.
But yeah, we would have been there. But America, instead of doing that, they did this federal character. and other nonsense. Yeah, man, New York could have sent people. You know,
we could have gone.
Yeah. Did you watch the final World Cup?
Yes, I did.
I'm sure you enjoyed how African abroad defeated that only white European team at the World Cup final. Africa abroad, yeah. Winner, oh, winner, we don't win, oh, winner. But we go win again, oh, winner. Do you know that? The French team, out of 23 players in the French team, 15 of them have African roots. African roots. Now their stem might be somewhere else, but their roots
is in
Africa. That is to say that they came from some of Donald Trump's shithole countries. Now, to make matters worse, don't tell Trump, some of them are actually Muslims. Some of the players, don't tell him he would pull the rest of the hair in his head. Some of them were Muslims. Now, these French players defeated the all-white Croatian team to win the World Cup 4-2. You know, I know some of you traitors supported Croatia.
I know.
Despite what they did to Nigeria,
I know.
You did. No, I understand. Don't think I don't know why. I know why. It was because of their president. It was because of her. My friend, take down that picture now. No. That is their president.
Sexy woman.
Is that it?
Sexy woman.
Why didn't anybody tell me? Hello, lady. Hello. Why? Why am I even supporting France? Why am I supporting when we know there are better talents in Africa wasting away? Because nobody cares about developing them.
Nobody cares.
Better than those that played for France. Why am I supporting France? Okay, nice woman. Well. I understand that the Croatian president was a hit. It was not just because of those pictures. Can we see some of them again? No, I was just kidding. I can't only let that one stay for a while. President of Croatia was a hit because she took a leave of absence to go to Russia and watch every of her country's team play. Oh yeah. She even bought her own ticket, economy class. Her own money.
Wow.
If you were, just imagine this, if Nigeria went to the finals or any African country, every government official in Nigeria would have been there.
They will fly their private jet.
Nigeria would have taken all our 8 presidential jets and every private jet we have in Nigeria to go to Russia. In fact, Nigerian government officials and their girlfriends, because they have to get them, you can't stay in the hotel without. We would have occupied the most expensive 5-star hotels in Moscow. That's what we would have done, So I understand why the French president, the teacher's boy, Macron, felt so sorry for the president of Croatia when the French team won. Then he did what every teacher's boy knows how to do to make a woman feel better. Wait until he gets home. He will get 12 flashes from the teacher for being a bad boy, in Moscow. Anyway, a day after the World Cup, the same kind of romance of two adversaries repeated itself in Helsinki. You know what I'm talking about? Helsinki, yeah, it happened.
Romance.
Oh yeah, the same kind of romance. So you must have heard the story about the great Helsinki summit.
Yes.
Yep. Trump and Putin met one-on-one for 2.5 hours without aids.
Wow.
The only people there were interpreters. For 2.5 hours.
Wow.
They talked about they talked about world peace and adoptions. Those people don't know that adoptions matter is complicated. you know, when you cannot trust the phone lines and writing letters, the only way to discuss intricate matters, like adoptions and golden shower, is to meet one-on-one.
Yes.
That's the only way.
No way back.
Nothing. Now after the meeting, Trump and Putin had a world press conference. One reporter went straight to the point. A question on everybody's mind. Take a look.
Does the Russian government have any compromising material on President Trump or his family?
See, that's it. He spoke for the world when he asked Putin if he had any compromising information about Trump that is making Trump to act like his lapdog. sorry, Don Lemon.
Do you think that we try to collect compromising material on each and every single one of them? Well, it's difficult to imagine another nonsense of a bigger scale than this.
You see, that was why U.S. president is betraying America.
Yes.
Sorry, Chris Como. He said he trusted Putin more than U.S. intelligence agencies, even more than his own ministry. Watch.
People came to me, Dan Coates came to me, and some others. They said they think it's Russia. I have President Putin. He just said it's not Russia. I will say this. I don't see any reason why it would be.
Now, President Trump repeated what he has been tweeting out all week, that America has been foolish.
I think that the United States has been foolish.
Foolish, Just imagine if Obama had said something like that.
It's over.
Just imagine. They will have set up the whole country, blow up. Impeachment happened. Now, impressed by Trump's performance and acting on Trump's a private request for an autograph, Putin brought out a football used during the World Cup. Now, the ball has been taken to a KGB lab where they painted it and made some, So he brought it and gave it to Trump. Take a look.
Speaking of the football, actually, Mr. President, I'll give this ball to you, and now the ball is in your court.
I said, nice. Who is going to keep the ball? Do we know? Trump. Who are you giving it?
Very nice. That will go to my son Barron. We have no question. In fact, Melania, here you go.
Lucky Barron. Now that means that Barron will be the second Russian asset in the White House. You know what I mean? Sorry, Tom. Second one. You know the first one. There were outrage all over America over Trump's performance in Helsinki. Democrats, Republicans they were all mad.
Yes.
They went crazy.
Yes.
Even Fox News called Trump's performance a disgrace.
What?
Mr. President, none of that is real. All of that is fake.
What?
That was Fox News. Now, I don't understand what the fuss was about. I don't understand. Trump went behind closed doors with his Oga for supervisory meeting in Helsinki. That was what happened there. His Oga, that is Putin, gave him a satisfactory evaluation. Added 50 cents an hour to his paycheck. These are things that happen behind the scenes. Understandably, Trump was happy at the end of the 2-hour and 30-minute prostate examination. Sorry, I mean Putin examination. What's wrong with me? Now, once Fox News joined others to turn his back on Trump, he got the message. Watch.
On the outcome of the election, let me be totally clear in saying that, and I've said this many times, I accept our intelligence community's conclusion that Russia's meddling in the 2016 election took place. Could be other people also. There's a lot of people out there. There was no collusion.
This Trump is wonderful. Did you all hear what he said? That it could be other people too. And that there are other people out there who might be responsible, not just Russia. Wow. You see, forget about Trump and Putin. There are a lot of crazy leaders out there. One of them is the president of Cameroon, Paul Biya. You know him, Paul Biya. The 85-year-old president Biya is running for re-election. That will be his 7th term in office. He has been president since 1982. Were you born then? No. He lives in Switzerland most of the time, and he holds executive meeting with his ministers once every 3 years. 3 years. His military, they are killing English-speaking people in southern Cameroon every day. Now, here is one horrific killing of women and children that should send Paul Biya to the International Court in The Hague. Take a look.
2 women and a girl marched along a path by men in uniform said to be similar to those worn by some serving in Cameroon's military. One of the women is carrying a baby on her back. Then in a clearing, the group is blindfolded and forced to sit down. A man can be heard saying, "You are Boko Haram, you are going to die," before the men point their weapons at the group. Then gunshots are heard.
See, we don't want to show you the video. It's so horrific. We don't want to traumatize you. Just look at the picture. Now, here is the statement Paul Biya made to announce his re-election campaign. He said, and I quote, "I am willing to respond positively to your overwhelming calls. I will stand as your candidate in the upcoming presidential election."
Wow!
Paul Biya, yeah. You see, the man is confusing calls from his ancestors with the calls from his village people. He's confusing these things. His ancestors, they're calling him, "Come back, you've said too long." Now, the next week actually, election in Zimbabwe.
Yes.
That will be first election that won't have, since independence, that won't have Robert Mugabe on the ballot. The first time.
Congratulations!
The current president, Emerson Mnangagwa, is being challenged by a young, charismatic leader named Nelson Chamisa. Chamisa, you know the guy? Chamisa last week proposed changing the country's name from Zimbabwe to Great Zimbabwe. Watch the man in action.
Just as much as we are going to change the name of the country, once there is a change of direction, there has to be a change of the name. To say the purpose has changed, the effect has changed, and the direction has changed. So we are going to be the Great Zimbabwe very soon. Not just Zimbabwe.
I mean, it sounds like what a Nigerian politician will propose.
Yeah,
you know,
I know.
Once you change the name, all the problems of the country, we're gone. Even their currency that we can't find, they can't find that currency. It will reappear as soon as you change the name.
Yes.
The currency will appear. That is, people are laughing. People are laughing at the man. Let me tell you. In a way, a name is very important. It's very important. A prophet is different from an apostle. When a pastor changes his name to become like an apostle, he becomes a member of an exclusive club of people who get direct call from God. Like this one. I mean, that name is important. In May of this year, Apostle Suleiman got a call from God. Oh yeah. And this is what God said to him. Oh yeah, it's direct. God told me, that's what he said, that APC is finished in Nigeria. And that you will see how God will disgrace them in Ekiti. They will lose so heavily. Says, no, it's Apostle Suleiman now. I mean, why are you laughing? Well, last week the election took place in Ekiti State of Nigeria, and APC won. They disgraced the state's ruling party, the PDP.
They disgraced them?
Not just the candidate. Not just that they defeated the candidate, who is the deputy governor of Fayose. They disgraced them. Now you all know that Apostle Suleiman is a good friend of Fayose. Yeah, remember that it was Fayose who saved Apostle Suleiman's behind in Ekiti. You know, when DSS cornered him in a hotel, and they wanted to pick him up like a chicken beaten by the rain. You know, remember that time? No. Stephanie Otobo was not in the hotel with him that day. That's not. She wasn't there. No, she wasn't. Anyway, here is Apostle Suleiman speaking of his failed Ekiti State prediction. Take a look.
I gave a prophecy the other day about Ekiti State, and I said I saw PDP taking over, and I saw people praying. If PDP in that state don't take care, they may lose it. What I just saw, I saw people as soon as the prophecy was given here, gathering people to pray.
Now, it was exciting to see him try to defend himself. Even Prophet TV Joshua found it so funny. Take a look. Remember that when DSS was after Apostle Suleiman and he ran into the armpit of Fayose, he warned that if he spends 1 day in detention, that the damage would take Nigeria 1 year to be out for. Remember that?
If I spend 1 day with the security operatives, the damage that will happen in Nigeria will take 1 year to repair. If I spend 1 day in this country alone, I have over 500,000 people, and their reactions already. If I spend 1 day.
Now, what do you think will happen if Fayose himself should spend 1 day in prison? What do you think? Because his immunity is expiring in October. What do you think?
16.
Anyway, Apostle Suleiman went to a great length to explain why his prophecy failed.
You don't need to
a prophet, and when the prophecy is given, they begin to pray. Because I saw people on the mountain. They gathered people. I saw people on the mountain praying. And the other ones who had the prophecy are just relaxed.
The man tried. Now, did you hear what he said? That 40,000 police officers were on a mountain praying. I mean, that's what I had. You see, Pamela, please come and help us spot a lie.
Lying is a cooperative act. Think about it. A lie has no power whatsoever by its mere utterance. Its power emerges when someone else agrees to believe the lie.
Yep. You see, you are lied to because you cooperate with the liar. Now, let's go back to Apostle Suleiman again, trying to cook up stories to cover up his failure. Listen.
Prophecy is pregnancy. And when somebody is pregnant, there are expectations. There are things to do. When you are pregnant, when you get to your second trimester, you go for anti-UN enlist.
He said that prophecy is pregnancy. Yada.
And that's
you know. Did you say abortion? The prophecy had abortion. Pamela, please come and help us. Help explain this to Africans. That's it. No. You see, Africans are hungry for signs and wonders. And these con men, sorry, I mean God's men. What's wrong with me? What's wrong with me? These God's holy men are skilled in one thing, giving fake signs and wonders to Africans who are hungry. That's it.
Get out of here, man. Shit, I'm saying.
Get out of here, man. Anyway, Fayose lost. And guess what? The Ekiti people went on the street. Take a look. Now the man that won, Dr. Fayemi, he said this, and I quote, look at the headline: I will restore Ekiti values. You ask, what is Ekiti value? Writing petitions, What happening? But he will restore. And this isn't that nice that he will restore the values of equity. You know,
the fountain of knowledge.
And yeah, that's why they write petitions. Yeah, isn't it nice to restore the values of equity, like writing petitions?
The fountain of
about time, if you ask me, about time. And then Fayemi thanked the Swiss government for delivering Sani Abacha's loot right on time. He came on time. You know? I'm sure you saw the videos of both political parties sharing money to get votes. That money from Abacha, it was helpful. So Fayemi spent time thanking them. now, in the next few weeks, precisely as soon as all the sensitive state financial documents are shredded, you know, they're doing it now, shredding documents. His Excellency Governor Fayose will go abroad, somewhere as far away as New Zealand, to treat his neck injury. Now, remember he had a neck injury when police officers slapped him. You remember, you know? It's tear gas, and they slapped him too. It's hard to remember now, considering how fast he healed. You know, but if he is not back for the handing over ceremony, his deputy will do the honor. But he has to go and treat it. Now, as of last week, I spoke to you about the finance minister and her fake NYSC exam certificate. Do you know?
Yes.
There is an update. Oh yeah. The former director general of the NYSC said he couldn't have issued that certificate.
What?
Oh yeah. He said that thing that Auntie Kemi is carrying around is fake.
Wow.
Look at the headline.
Wow.
I did not say. This is the man who used to sign those kind of things.
Wow.
He said this thing you are looking at, fake. To fear. Now. Even the almighty liar, Lai Mohammed, he weighed in on this issue of Kemi and the certificate. Here is what he said. He called a press conference, world press conference, and this is what he said: I have nothing to add to what the NYSC has said. The NYSC is part of our government, and it has spoken. Finally, on this matter, even Lai Mohammed has run out of lies. He just said, my hands are not. And guess what? Kemi Adeosun is still in office as Nigeria Minister of Finance, signing documents. I mean, I'm talking about documents with big money on behalf of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
She's signing.
Meanwhile, hanging on her back is the fake NYSC exam certificate. That's
in the office.
In the office, right there.
I didn't know that it was fake.
Nonsense. This the segment we call Secrets of
Picture.
It's based on the premise that a picture is worth more than 1,000
words.
Now, the picture that you are looking at is that of President Muhammadu Buhari with judges of the International Criminal Court in The Hague. Oh yeah, look at them. These are judges whose only job is to sentence African leaders and other third world leaders to prison for crime against humanity. Now, powerful countries don't commit crime against humanity. No, they don't. They decide what is humanity and what is not humanity.
Yes.
I mean, your life in third world country, it doesn't, when they drop a bomb and it kills you, you're not part of humanity. No. These are the judges. These are the men that put away people like Babo and the guy from Liberia, Charles Taylor. Put them here. And they are the people who are looking for the man in Sudan, al-Bashir. Yeah. So I was surprised when I saw Muhammadu Buhari taking pictures with them. I'm like, this Buhari is a winch. The last time I read breaking news, did you read breaking news? They reported that some people reported Buhari to the ICC. And now guess what? He's taking selfie, sipping tea with the eyes. I'm like, what is going on? This man is a winch. The man is a winch. Don't you like when life is is simpler?
I know.
Now things are complicated. You don't understand things. Like when kids used to be like this. You know, I used to do Asylum. Villagers in Indonesia killed 300 crocodiles after one killed a man. Look at this story. Yeah, one of them killed 300. You know what happened at the end? The crocodiles, they agreed to stop killing people in that village. No, they had a meeting and they said, no, that's it. We're done. We're done. They said we're done. You know, we are not going to kill anybody anymore. This is, 300 of them. Yes. Amazing. Now, this is wonderful. This for you. You know, I am a slow reader. Maybe because I'm an ex-soldier, says Buhari. I'm like, hey, Mr. President, sir, you know, Obasanjo is also an ex, and he reads fast and he writes books.
And he's older than you.
He's older than you. He writes. You see, you know what? If I tell him now why he's not reading fast, they will say it's head speech. You know what I mean? That's what they will say. That
Police.
Who is that? Get that guy. Get that guy. Send him out of here. How did he get in here? Nonsense.
I don't know.
Jesus. Nonsense. Anyway, this is good. Why? You've been wondering about this, everybody. Why do Nigerian applicants always get denied visa? Why? An American visa official gave the answer. You know what she said? She said that forged documents are some of the reasons why they deny Nigerians visa.
They don't even look at some of our
forged documents. Now, this is my question. Do you know how American embassy and all the other countries, how they feel now, knowing that even our minister for finance is also partaking in forging documents? You know how they feel? Before they used to say that we can't give you visa. Now they say even the ministers, maybe.
You know what? Okay, we should pray for you.
Now, talking about prayers. This is 2019. God says
again.
PDP and APC should adopt me as their consensus candidate. Says Reverend Chris Okotie. You know Reverend Chris Okotie? Reverend Chris Okotie. This is what I'm saying. No, wait. You see, this is what I don't understand. And they said that the Nigerian government banned syrup with codeine. Yes. How is it possible when this man is talking like this? How? Seriously. Can you remember what 1980 pop stars, what they used to smoke? Do you know? Now they smoke weed. What do they smoke in 1980s? Do you know? Do you know the side effects? Scientists, do they know the side effects? Because I think this is hallucination. It's something that the man used to smoke when he was a pop star.
Yes.
What do you think? It has to be. It has to be. Yeah, those days. That's we are seeing the impact. Otherwise, why will he? Otherwise, why will he think that the PDP and APC will adopt him? That God told him. I mean, nonsense. Maybe he didn't take his medicine that way. You know what I mean? Anyway, this one is for you. Quack doctor arrested over death of 2 patients in an illegal hospital in Akure. Why are you looking at me like that? You had quack doctor and you're looking at me. What is wrong with you?
Because you look like
why are you looking at me that way? I don't get it. Whenever they hear quack doctor, they look at me. What did I do? Anyway, you missed the point. This is not the first time the man was arrested. This is not the first time. And his hospital closed down. But he has a way of bribing the people in jail and he will come out and reopen somewhere else. You see, people don't need to die before they know that the man is quack. The story says that his wife operates a machine store next to the hospital where they grind pepper and tomatoes. That is the sign that the man is quack. My wife, Mamudoka, she doesn't do stuff like that. If you're a real doctor, your wife, then the wife will be living like the wife of a doctor. You understand what I mean? You guys have seen my wife. You know what I mean? Mamudoka. She can't be operating a pepper machine, next door to my clinic. What the hell is that? That's a sign that if your doctor's wife has a pepper grinding machine, run.
You didn't just realize that. Oh my gosh, that machine is...
It's time for your email. It's time for your email. It's time for your email. now. Hey, the nurse. You change what you're wearing every day. I mean, is this something? Is this something from Tomato Juice? You know, what happened to the uniform?
What uniform?
Your uniform. I thought we gave you money to buy more.
No, I didn't get the money to buy that uniform.
You didn't get the money for the uniform. What happened? But we issued a check to you.
What check? Did you?
when it comes to money,
I didn't even see a check. I wish I saw a check.
She goes off
But it didn't even bounce.
Off script. Off script. Anyway, do we have emails today?
Everyday doctor.
Okay, let's hear them, please.
So our first email is from Greg in Toronto.
Greg! You know Greg, yeah, friend, yeah. Yeah, what does he want
And he
now?
writes,
Yes.
I am in Toronto.
And we know.
These are no easy.
It's up there, you know, we should go to Toronto, you know. Go ahead, no.
I watch your program,
Yeah.
and last week was my first time. It is awesome and interesting because you tell the real issues bothering the African leadership.
Wow.
Kudos.
Wow. Thank you, Greg. You said, see, every week, you know, people are still discovering the show. And you know that next week it will be 7 years.
Wow.
Since we started doing this show.
I know.
See, new people are still discovering what we do. You know, I told you, the sky is still our limit. We will still get there. No. Let's get to the sky first. Next.
Our second email is from Bede Michael Emerson from Budapest, Hungary.
Oh, Budapest, yeah. That was where Michael Jackson did history, the video history. Yeah, Budapest, yeah. I know some stuff. Go ahead. What does he want?
And he writes,
yes.
Good morning, Dr. Damages and crew.
Oh, you see?
I have been watching and enjoying your show since 2015.
Wow.
And I must acknowledge your boldness in making the whole world know about the bad eggs we have in African politics. Especially in Nigeria.
We try.
Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
But my concern for today is taken from page 419 of who to vote in Nigeria's 2019 presidential election by Nigerian youths and I. And I quote, why are you not talking when it comes to the presidential aspirant, Shori? Is it because he's your boss?
What?
We need to know him more. That's the good and the bad side, since you and your crew know him better.
Okay. Thank you.
Lechonu. Doctor.
They don't want me to talk. That's it. These people around here, they don't want me to talk. You see?
That me, I can talk.
We can talk. I can't talk. This one is again. Some people are interested in their page. Next.
So our last email is from Ladi in Lagos.
Ladi in Lagos.
Yes.
Oh, Ladi boy.
Yes.
Lado. Yep, we were hanging out in Ojo Lewa.
Really? Wow.
Yeah, okay, go ahead.
Hello, doctor.
Yes, I told you.
Thanks a million for the brident work you and your team are doing.
We try.
You make my Sunday mornings beautiful every week.
If he releases the video. Sometimes Sunday morning we can't find it. We have to show them the guy who is doing this. Sasha! Okay, next. Go ahead.
When there is a check, this
Go ahead.
Okay. Please don't give up on the forces of darkness in Nigeria, particularly, and Africa in general.
Nowhere.
Since the exit of Nurse Tomato Juice, I have come to adjust to your new nurse, but have been disappointed because you refuse to call her by her name on every episode since she started.
Nurse Tanjalo.
Didn't we say Tangerine every time?
By the powers conferred on me by fellow viewers, we now wish to call her Nurse Ogigi Bread.
They renamed her.
This small nurse. This is
Agege Bread. That sounds it has character, you know, because this Angeline doesn't have character. Even though you can peel it, you know, they say you can. They said I didn't know. They said, this one looks like something you can peel without a knife. But go ahead, Agege Bread. Let's see what the madam has a point.
This is the name that comes to mind each time we see her on the show.
What you see? Agege. It's over. The change has been approved and signed. Yeah.
Oh my God.
Next.
Hope you find time to read this out to your audience.
We did it. Agege bread. Welcome, Agege bread. No, I mean, it's not me. I mean, they decided they had bread. They had a meeting and they decided this is what we're going to do. Next. That's all?
That's all we have.
Damn, I'm warming up. That's all the time we have for emails. Please keep sending your emails to Dr. Damages at
gmail.com.
And follow us on Twitter at
Dr. Damages.
And on Instagram at
Dr. Damages.
Now here's my concern for today. It's taken from page 419 of the book From Russia with Love by Robert Louis Stevenson. And it says, don't judge each day by the harvest you reap. Yes. But by the seeds you plant.
He goes deep.
Until next week, I'm Dr. Damages. I diagnose.
You hear yourself.
So you won't comment on your boss?
No, Suleiman. I wanted to say something. I have things to say. I mean, a lot. But they said, wow, they are worried about their paycheck.
Yeah.
You know,
Me, I'm taking it back.
That's why you're here. That's why you're here. So
we're going to look for a check.
so tell me, what have you planted this week? You always talk about the harvest, things you've been what have you planted?
I want for church.
Is that your agent?
Yes. That's my manager.
That's the manager telling you what to say.
Yes, that's my manager.
We have to kick him out because you are going off script because of him.
No.
I mean, do I tell them on the show that you have somebody?
Don't mind our business.
This is another way of talking to doctor.
I know.
We have to. When you're afraid of saying doctor, you have to mind. I say we have to mind. We have to mind our business. Until next week, we'll see you.